Using language correctly when speaking is really important, especially in situations like giving presentations, debating, or participating in class discussions. How you use language can influence how others understand and respond to your ideas. To communicate effectively, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First, make sure you speak clearly. This means pronouncing your words fully and avoiding mumbling. If people can't hear or understand what you're saying, it won't matter how good your ideas are. They'll be lost. Speaking clearly doesn't mean you have to exaggerate your words or speak unnaturally, but it does mean paying attention to how you're delivering your speech. One tip to help with this is to slow down and take your time when speaking. When you rush, your words can blur together, making it harder for your audience to follow. Using standard English is another important part of using language correctly. Standard English is the formal version of the language that's generally understood by everyone. It means avoiding slang or casual language that might confuse your audience. For example, saying gonna instead of going to, or using too many informal phrases could make your speech sound less professional or harder to follow. While there's nothing wrong with casual language in everyday conversations, it's best to stick to clear, standard English in formal situations, like presentations or discussions at school. It's also important to avoid rushing when you're speaking. When people are nervous or excited, they often talk too fast. This can make it difficult for the audience to keep up with what you're saying, and it can also cause you to lose your place or stumble over your words. To prevent this, try to take deep breaths and focus on pacing yourself. You don't need to speak slowly, but you do want to give your listeners time to absorb what you're saying. Pausing between sentences or after important points can help you maintain a good rhythm and keep your audience engaged. In addition to speaking clearly and at a good pace, choosing the right words is part of using language correctly. Think carefully about the words you use and make sure they fit the message you're trying to communicate. Using precise words makes it easier for people to understand exactly what you mean. For example, instead of saying something is good, you could say it's impressive or exciting. These words paint a clearer picture of your idea. Finally, practice is crucial when it comes to using language correctly. The more you practice speaking, the more comfortable you'll become with your language choices and how you deliver your words. You could practice in front of a mirror, record yourself, or present to friends or family to get feedback. This can help you notice things you might need to work on, like speaking too quickly or not being clear enough. Using language correctly is all about making sure your audience can understand and follow your message. By speaking clearly, using standard English, and pacing yourself, you'll be much more effective in sharing your ideas and making a strong impression.